evening and welcome to Damage Does D&D. Tonight we're back with Monasteries and Mayhem, our shorter term campaign with fewer players, but it's lovely. You'll like it. We don't get into any trouble, or it's fine. No pirates, nothing like that. No mad gods. We're all good. Vinny.
So yes, welcome back everyone. So just a quick recap from what happened last time. This group of merry adventurers, should we say, all met up and found themselves on their journey so far, with one of them dropping from the sky, seemingly out of nowhere.
Which?
Others coming from places they've never left before, and friends from old towns as well. Yes, they met up and kind of found out that there was devils about, really, I suppose, in the world, trying to do very weird things with animals and people. So they left off on their first adventure to try and find information about this. Some were looking for butterflies, while others were looking for information. No blue butterflies found yet, but you never know. You never know. And yeah, the last episode was, well, the last two were kind of quite scary, weren't they? With big battles, devil people, people dropping down to 0 HP, some people dropping down to 0 HP and then bouncing back with 1 HP, and everything going on with, I think, almost all healers out of spells at this point, I think.
I've got a couple of spells available.
Yes. So very hairy, and
You're talking about Grom now when you say very hairy.
yes. Let's not forget Betsy either. But yes, we left it with a a very intense battle going on, which ended with the main baddie, I suppose, vanishing into thin air after a very well fought battle from all of you. And then you try to figure out how to get into this protective glowing orb, which was on a plinth in the centre of the below the monastery, to no avail, until all of a sudden Gisela attempted to put her hands through and grab the broken plaque that was in the centre, with her head shooting bolt upright, hand on plinth. And that's where we'll pick up today. So, picking up from that with Gisela, and you can all see this, by the way. Her hands are on the plinth, there is no protective orb around it, that's kind of dissipated into the air. And head's just up there, her eyes are like in the back of her head. And we start off with you, Gisela. So, from that instant moment of you picking up that part of the tablet, you see all different kinds of images flushing back into your mind. Your memory, your brain is just on fire at the minute with all this new but old information coming back to you. All aspects and ages of your life being put in front of you, like just little clips and bits and bobs popping up everywhere, from growing up to your ascendancy, to become trained and become an ASMR, and little bits of you being really high up in the sky, looking down on the world, and then all of a sudden it's brought in a little bit more focus with these ones as well. You get flashes of a battle, ASMR, angels, and then flashes and snippets of red, with figures of devils, demons, all shapes, sizes, types. And then all of a sudden, Liliana is in front of you. And she grabs your shoulders and says, Gisela, think of this as your final test. I must send you back. You must find out all that you can about the devils, and it snaps back. You find yourself travelling towards the ground in a green, glowing orb of light, hurtling towards it, and all of a sudden it snaps back again. I'm sorry, but you must find out. Stop the summoning. Don't let him escape. I'm sorry, little one. And it ends. You collapse to your knees just in front of this plinth, the tablet still in your hand. What would you all like to do?
Well, Erwin's going to cast a prayer of healing.
Well, that was a bit of a ride.
Your mic's not working. Chaz?
Sorry. I muted myself because Terry's watching the tennis, so it's getting a bit loud. Yeah, Erwin's just going to sit and cast a prayer of healing. So that's going to take 10 minutes or so. So he's just sort of sitting on the ground, eyes closed, arms sort of raised. So it's just mumbling under his breath. So yeah, that'll be him for the next 10 minutes.
Find out. Stop the summoning. Just gonna be kind of clutching my head as though I'm struggling to contain all the information that's suddenly just been jetted into it.
I'll go over to Gisela. Sort of sit down. Are you sat or just stood?
I think I'm on my knees. I think I dropped to my knees holding the bit of tablet.
I'm just going to sort of flop down, sit cross-legged next to you, and just sort of stick a hand on your back. That was pretty wild. Are you all right?
Oh no.
It's all right. Get the words out.
Sorry. I think I remember. I think I can remember what happened. We need to learn about the devils and stop the summoning. That's what I was told to do.
Right. Well, didn't we just stop the summoning?
I'm not sure.
Summoning? Am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah, so you were basically sent here by John Doe, Archie, the High Priest of the Temple of Saloon, looking for this tablet to get here to find out that it's basically a broken tablet. It's like half the tablet essentially. To find out information of what's been going on. From what you learned already, there was no summoning. You just entered the bottom of this monastery with these devil figures being here, also seemingly trying to get hold of this tablet.
So there's a summoning of a demon, a devil that we've got to stop.
Yeah, I saw the battle, war, the angels fighting the fiends. Oh.
Is this a snippet? Is this a fault, or are you remembering stuff? Is your
I assume most of
past
my
coming
memory
back now?
has returned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we did it in the fight actually.
The fight, that was something different that happened in the fight.
Yeah. So just make a wisdom saving throw. I'll say with advantage with this because of everything what's going on.
Oh, natural 20 for 19.
Oh, okay then.
Excellent
First roll of the
start. First roll.
campaign.
There's a
This is
14 and
where-
a 20 there. That was impressive.
This is where the DM now knows he's fucked for everything he does.
Yep.
That's the luck used up. We're talking about. That's it.
As my status says, I'm completely innocent.
So yes, the majority of your memory has now come back. It's still, you can still only piece together what you saw in those flashes. But again, over time, and with that natural 20, you essentially give it a few days, and you think that everything will fall into place. So you'll know everything what went on before you basically hit the ground and met this lovely lot.
Yeah, there are pieces of it coming back. I was chosen. Chosen by Saloon to become an us. I don't remember the word. Like an angel, but not as grand, just smaller. And the one who's training me, something happened. Liliana, that was her name. But she told me to go to find out, and then I was flying, and then I was falling.
That might have been where we met you.
I think so. It hurt a lot. For note, in the previous fight, when Gisella's wings came out, they were all bent and broken as though she'd landed on them.
You have wings now.
Yeah. I think they've dissipated now. They've disappeared. They only come out when I need them. I feel weird.
Well, I must say, when you first fell out of the sky, I thought you're going to be the bloody death of us for some reason, and I still think that. But I think it's going to be a fun journey to find out. So I think we should start looking into this.
Yeah. I have to learn about the devils and stop the summoning. It's all I can remember of what she said to me.
Well, if that ain't a grand plan waiting to happen, then I don't know what is.
Maybe it's all connected. We were fighting a devil. I don't know where she went. The cat lady that turned into a big monster.
And it's like this time, Ehrman, that you'll find that the spell is
So everything
waiting.
stands up, and it's just like pale blue wisps of light hit everyone, and everyone gets 18, 27 points of healing.
Timing.
Nice.
That fully heals me.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that.
What you'll
How much?
see is slumped on the floor, leaning up on the wall, like, nice one, son.
How much was it?
27.
20.
And then gonna kind of notice and look at the chunk of tablet that I've got in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make? Has it got writing on it?
Yeah, so you can see that it's got scripture on it. And it's a bit weird because, let me just go back to your page. I did look at this and I've now completely forgotten. So yeah, you look at it and you can't quite make out because you read some of it and it's in Celestial, and then all of a sudden it jumps to Infernal as well. Make another Wisdom saving throw just to see if you can.
Straight one this time.
Yeah, just a straight one.
I'm rolling the die that gave me the net 20. Nat 1 for 0.
Nice.
Yeah, so you pick up and pick out snippets of word, but you with everything what's just gone on, all of the memories what have come flooding back, you can't quite discern which part to read. Do I read the Celestial version of it or the Infernal version of it? You just can't quite seem to grasp one or the other.
It says something, I can't read it properly.
If you want to, make Arcana check.
Get me to do all the dice rolling tonight. Oh. 17 for 20. Blimey. Oh, I am smart.
You
Just not
can,
wise.
from that and from it switching between the two languages, you feel like with just this part of the tablet that it would be possible to decipher, but it would take a lot of concentration and a lot of work to do it, just to keep focused on one or the other. And you believe that potentially getting the tablet whole again would help alleviate this.
It would take a lot more to figure out what's written on this. We should find the other bits. It's a bit broken.
Anybody else is looking at this part of the tablet and reads either or, you can also make a wisdom saving throw to see if you can.
Not looking, don't care.
I'm looking.
What was it Infernal and Celestial?
Yeah, I don't speak either of those.
But yeah, so you've got this piece of tablet in hand, you can't quite decipher it, it's just bouncing about with everything going on.
Getting a headache.
Right, well, do we know anyone who might be able to help us read that?
Well, I think if we take it back to the Temple of Saloon, Archie may help. Unless we have an idea where the rest of it is.
I think it's straight back to the back to church.
Sorry, I just looking through my notes, and I've just seen the group name. I've been reminded what the group name is. Big Ben and the Chop Slappers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should take this straight back to the God Squad and find out what they know about this.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What, you mean I gotta move already?
Yeah, sorry, mate, but it does mean
There's
we
beer.
might get a beer somewhere. Yeah.
Fair enough. And I'll get up straight away. Come on then.
So just for your benefit, if anybody does need it, so it would have taken 10 minutes for Ehrman's prayer feeling to go off, and with a bit of talking and a bit of trying to decipher in that, it's been probably about half an hour. So you think the coast is clear. If you wanted to, you could and needed to take a short rest to bump yourselves up again.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Are there any
I will
bodies
know.
to cycle through?
Sorry,
I can't remember. Are any bodies to rifle through? I can't remember whether they were all demons or something.
No, yeah, they were pretty much all demons.
Otherwise, Ben would have gone right in there.
The map shows some kind of vault full of treasure, but
I think, if my brain tells me that, it's part of the map I couldn't cut, so you could see it all.
Short rest then. Okay.
Well, 20's decided to completely look me out for some reason.
You need to restore it because it's been so long.
Remember the password, don't I?
Where do you have a rest?
up at the top of the character sheet, where your name is, there should be short rest, long rest.
Yeah, along the
It
sort of border part.
Maybe in a slightly different position if you're looking at on a mobile site. You can also click manage next to your name. You should find it in there. Don't think I actually get anything out of short resting.
I don't either.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I just want to see if I can find it. I still can't find it. So I'll peruse.
What you want? Are you looking on Roll20 or are you on D&D
Yeah.
Beyond?
You
Oh,
want to be on
D&D
D&D
Beyond.
Beyond.
D&D Beyond, yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Ah.
Yeah, but
It's the little
Question.
campfire symbol.
yes. DM.
Yes.
Do I remember in the snippets of memories that I've got? Do I remember? Where's his name? Archie.
Yes. So you remember, like the snippets you got placed. You remembering your ascendancy, as Archie had once previously said to you that he was there for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I tell you what. Yeah, if you do have a look in those rooms, the one on the left is obviously just full of broken tables, pottery, bits and bobs like that. But yeah, if you go in the room where the hoards of treasure are, which I completely forgot about, they're there, so it's canon. Yeah, roll a D100 for me.
Anyone?
Who?
Yeah, anyone who likes. Who mentioned the room with treasure in?
I did, but Gisella's not from concentrating on that.
Yeah.
I think Ben
So-
should be doing that.
Yeah, Benjamin, go on.
It's the
D100.
rogue's job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a level of exhaustion now as well because of my frenzy coming to an end. I remember.
63.
63. So you find 630 gold in there,
Nice.
and a bag full of small rubies. Gems, should I say, not just rubies, gems.
$630 gold. And how do I add something to my inventory?
If you go to your inventory, right down at the bottom, you can add and write in just a bag full of small gems, I think. Yeah, so you all take a short rest if needed. Hit points right back up again. So I take it you leave.
Yep.
Same way you came in. Yep.
Yep.
And are heading back to the Temple of Saloon. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a long old journey though.
Yeah.
We were on this mission for. So I've been looking through my notes. Something I'm doing. We went on this mission for the High Priest of Moradin because that's where Catherine.
Yeah.
You guys knew her from the one shot.
Yes.
I'm going to make a tiny detour to hopefully spit on the corpse of that centaur that stabbed the crap out of me back in the woods on the way here.
Yeah, I take it we can get out and find the cart with the
Yeah,
horses.
yeah, because you left them outside the town, didn't you? You got
Yeah.
to this like deserted town, and you left them outside. But yeah, you can easily find the horse and cart, and the horses as well, which some of you are on. No problem. And I take it you start heading back, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but you know. I think it was roughly about a 4-day journey, 3 or 4-day journey from last time.
Something like that, yeah.
As we're stepping into the temple and getting our horses, I am going to cast Sending
Ooh, okay.
and concentrate on Priest Archie Walker of the Temple of Saloon.
Yeah.
Archie, we found something on our mission for High Priest. Hang on, I've got myself jumbled up on the numbers. I'm just going to read it out against it out. Archie, we found something on our mission for High Priest William of Moradin. My memories are returning. Liliana is in danger, I think. Love, Gisela.
That was bang on 25.
I cancelled it out. I had two words left, so I put love, Gisela at the end because it's something that she would do. It's like the you booping of this group.
Okay, so a few seconds pass. And you hear back. Ah, Gisela. Marvelous. I take it you're on your way back to Orium. Bring it here with you. I'm sure we can figure something out. Do you know what the hell is And that's where it ends.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I've let Archie know we're on our way back, but we were doing this for the Temple of Moradin, right?
Yeah. But, you know, gods are gods, right? So, it's all good.
Whoever
Yeah,
pays can
yeah.
have it.
I feel very nervous with all of my memories coming back.
Oh, they're back.
They're very slowly
That's cool.
coming back.
So is are there any more of you coming down? Aramis just sort of looks up.
Make a
I
perception
don't.
check.
I forgot about that as well.
Well,
Yeah,
we've got a long ride back. Maybe you can tell us a story or two.
Sure.
Sure. And I'd like to, as we ride off, I'd like to try and see if I can find a blue butterfly, please.
Make a perception check.
Nope, natural one.
Yeah, that first natural 20 is
What was that?
And
What was
nat
that?
20, and then we've had two nat 1s since.
What was that crunch back there? What did we just roll over? Hello.
Yeah, unfortunately you see nothing falling from the sky, Aramin.
Right.
and
good.
you're just hitting that sort of like time of dusk where
Right. No butterflies.
no butterflies.
Well, Grom, as he's exhausted, is just going to climb into the back of the wagon and fall asleep.
Fair enough. I
Yep.
think
So
we- I think we had 2 horses, one for Ben and one for Jag.
Yeah.
I think Gisela was on the cart with me and Grom. Is that right?
yeah, that is right.
I'm going to ride close to the cart, listening to stories of angels and devils until my poor perplexed face has got whatever hairs left standing up and eyes all bewildered and thinking that maybe there is life after madness and God knows what.
Most of the stories are pretty tame. Gisela talking about memories of her learning how to care for plants and how to heal people, and she keeps mentioning her mentor Liliana.
Ehrman would be interested in the healing people and caring for plants.
Yeah. If because obviously you're doing your prayer of healing whilst they're all having the conversation. If Gisela mentions anything what she saw or anything like that, if you do that,
Yeah.
make a religion check, Ehrman.
Religion or faith?
This one's more religion, because it's about the history of it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Religion is 22.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, not an actual 20 though. No.
No. 17 for
No.
22.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So as Gisela fills you in with what happened whilst you were casting your prayer of healing, a couple of bits kind of point out to you, and it's like the words when she mentions like battle, you instantly think of like war,
Right.
and there's something in the back of your mind you remember reading, or overhearing, either one you decide, of
More likely overhearing.
when you've been either in a temple or with other people from like the Temple of Saloon, of this literal world-old conflict, essentially, where every 100,000, 10,000, you don't quite know the figure, years, there's potentially, some of it could be codswallop, some of it could be true, but a summoning to try and get one of the devils out of the 9 hells.
Do I know? Does this have a name? That I would have.
22. Does it have a name?
Yeah. Would it be the ritual summoning of X, or the war to do this, or?
It was the war. Basically, the war is based around obviously angels and devils and such alike, fiends, all of that. To essentially the devils wanting to overthrow and summon one of the big ones, big sort of from the 9 hells.
Right.
Nothing what you can remember at the minute is too specific about has there been X amount of 1, 2 over the other 8 or whoever it is, but you know it's like one of the big wigs, one of the top ones. Yeah.
Okay. So do you mean you were present at a battle to summon one of the princes of hell? Is this what you're talking about?
No, it would have been to stop it, I think. Stop the summoning.
Right, but the battle was to do that, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Liliana didn't really tell me much about it. I think she was trying to protect me.
Okay. So, how can we talk to Liliana? Can you speak to her with your mind, like you did Archie?
I can try.
Seems like that would be a good plan. If she knows, and she's your mentor, as you say, perhaps she can help you remember more. Perhaps she knows where the other part of the tablet is.
I'll start drafting up a message.
Okay.
Give me a moment to figure it out.
So Erebin, as we're riding along, Erebin will just sort of sneak a glance at all of the others, including Grant, just to make sure that they're tip top. You know, they're not suffering from injuries or anything. Everybody's got full health again.
Yeah, Grom seems fine. He's just snoring away in the back of the car.
So, the usual.
Ben's got a confused look on his face, but he feels pretty good.
The usual.
And Jack would be. He looks absolutely fine. He's been listening intently to the stories being told. You can see him sort of working out a tune to put those lyrics to.
The usual. Okay, cool. So yeah, I would just, if it's getting dark, I would start to look for somewhere that we could possibly camp for the night. Perhaps one of the places we came on along the way.
Yeah, that's easy enough to find. It was only, well, not even a day ago down this part. You travelled down, and you know you can pick out somewhere to like rest up for the night somewhere, which again would be fairly secluded from the roadside.
Sure.
You can do what you normally do with the cart and kind of like cover that up and blend it in and create a little bit of a banking for the fire and everything.
Yeah, I'll sort of suggest to Benjamin, should we stop? It's getting dark.
Absolutely, you know.
Cool. Okay.
Just find a nice little spot.
So yeah, I'll sort of take the cart off-roading and then find a campsite, set it up as we normally do, you know, so to sort of conceal it from the road, make a small
I'll do
fire.
the slow, wide perimeter walk, looking for horsemen.
Yeah, just make a perception check, Benjamin. Just have a look.
Yeah.
Off topic, I've been trying to find the art that you did for all of our characters differ, and I can't find where I've saved it.
Oh, okay. I can dig it out for you.
I
Why
have
am I
it
not
on my machine.
Oh, what am I rolling?
D20 for perception.
But don't I roll it through a?
Yeah, through perception.
Yeah, where
It's
is
one of
it?
your skills.
There'd be a button next to the perception
Oh,
skill.
sorry. There we go. I'm on the wrong page. 9.
Everything looks fine. It looks like Ehrman has selected a good a spot as any.
Of course he has.
Like
Of course he
normally.
has. Never lets us down.
That was almost passive aggressive. Oh, for fuck's sake, DM, don't do this.
I'm mostly back. It looks like a lovely spot you found. Brother Jag, why don't you play us a little song while we're getting set up? I'm going to try and find something to chop up and eat. Maybe.
Gonna cast sending.
Mhm.
to my mentor Liliana, and it's one of those things where I'm like, as a player, I think this is an awful idea, but Gisela has no reason to distrust.
So, this is the first time I've been on this side of the sending spell at this particular juncture, but I need to roll.
Oh God, you need to roll the planar thing.
Yes. Now,
It's a 5% chance.
which means I need to roll 5 or lower, or I need to roll 95 or higher.
I think it's 5 or lower.
Well, if it's a 5% chance of succeeding,
I need to roll
5%
5
chance
or
to
lower.
fail.
5 or lower. If it's 5% chance to fail, then you roll 6 or higher.
It's
6
a
or higher.
5% chance to fail.
Yeah, so 6 or higher it succeeds.
Right, cool, got you. Yeah. I
Hey.
thought this might happen even before we went into the session, and I was like, I'm just going to ask the DMs here because I've never been on this side of it.
That's fair.
So I need to roll 6 or higher.
Yeah.
For it to go through.
6 or higher with 000, with 000 being 100 in this case.
Yeah. What do you send?
Liliana, are you there? I'm afraid I fell out of the sky. I'm still trying to do what you asked. I miss you. Love, Gisela.
So you send that message, and there's the pause is longer this time.
Satellite delay. Interplanar satellites.
Interplanar satellites, but it's probably the highest I've ever rolled in a D100. I rolled 97, so it goes through.
Ooh, nice.
Blimey.
And you hear back, and it's a bit weird because you're remembering now, whilst you're doing this, that you have done it before, but it does seem like one of the satellites has either been damaged or is far away, because it seems a lot fainter, but you hear, Gisela, my God, I'm glad. Hurry. Find out what you can. And that's it.
Gisela brightens a little bit. She's alive, I think.
Well, that's good.
She says I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Find out what I can.
Cool.
Though it took a long time for the message to go.
Well, from what you said, you were on a different plane. Is that right?
I was very high up in the sky.
It's a long way away, so
Fly up and up and up and up.
yeah.
I miss my wings.
Well, I'm sure that, although they were quite scary.
I don't really remember.
Yeah, you got very scary.
We were fighting the big monster, then everything went black, and then I woke up with Grom very angry at me.
That's normal. Grom is very angry with everyone. All the time. So, I don't think it's personal. But yeah, you did get very scary when your eyes were black. It was very weird. So
Just need to
how do you
stay
do
out
the
of
whole wings
any fights.
thing? Is it
That's-
something you control, or is it just...
Normally it'd be something I would control, because walking about with wings is difficult. because they're very big
Huh.
and fluffy.
Oops. Right. Okay. Yeah. That would make sense.
And you shouldn't wear anything that covers your back when you have wings. That's why, my dress doesn't, it pulls down.
Right. Yeah. I can see that would be not very practical, especially if it was in the snow.
Mm.
It
Be
gets
quite
really
cold. Be very cold.
This
Yeah.
is the strangest conversation I've been a part of in a while.
So, here, and I'll just hand her a bowl of hot stew.
I'm just going to kind of cradle it and just...
A bowl of hot stew to everyone.
And Rob will suddenly wake up and
Here.
then come over for his bowl of stew.
Guys, I've got a thought. I used to see people when they were travelling use. Sorry, just you spellcasters. Graham, you probably won't be interested, but if I can give you a nice, comfy place to sleep tonight, you might be.
What's that then?
Well, I used to see people travelling around, and it seems like it might actually be useful. They just pop up like a little dome to sleep in. It was right. I think I might try and work on that. What do you think?
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Bear with me and just mutter a little incantation and pop up this tiny hut.
Is this Lehman's tiny hut?
Yeah.
So,
So-
is it the hut or the dome? What is the wording on it?
The spell is called Tiny Hut. I must have picked it 16 months ago when we last played, whenever it was. But it's there in
How tiny are we talking?
10-foot radius.
Okay.
So it's like 20 foot across. It's decent size.
It's going to be
Well,
quite tight,
I'll
but we'll all be close
spooning
up with
Grom
everyone.
anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm spooning Grom and snuggled in there.
you-
The big easy.
You can all definitely fit in it. It would obviously the horses and the cart obviously wouldn't.
Aw.
I guess then. Where is there? That's
Well,
What's the difference between
9 creatures of medium size or smaller.
is a horse medium sized?
It's a
What's
very
the-
good question.
What's the size of the dome?
It's
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius, so it would be.
I think
20
normal
foot.
horses are medium size. I think war horses are large, but I could be wrong.
And that's on the map I've just drawn out.
yeah, I don't think we're going to get all of us and the horses in there, are we?
Let me move myself down. Could definitely fit all of us. Probably not the horses. It'd be a bit tricky. They're too
Enough
tall
that
to
the
fit
dogs
in
are
it.
always climbing into bed with us. They're like bloody horse.
Once knew an old lady who swallowed a horse. She's dead, of course.
Of course. Yeah. So, who's doing first? What? This is very weird. I like
Yeah,
it.
well, I've seen people use this when they're out travelling on their own, so they don't need to do any watches. But
Oh,
if we want to do that,
so why don't we
can.
need to do a watch?
because when you're in here, you're completely safe.
Oh,
Like it's like camouflaged or something. You can't be seen.
cool. Erin will step outside.
No sneaking off for a pee in the night. If you can't find your way back, you might want to leave a bread trail.
So, yeah, just on that, just for like narratively, you would. The spell is cast with everyone in it, which means that everyone in it can move freely. Which I would say logically you'd be able to find where it is again.
Yeah. So
Even though it
Erin
does
will step
kind of
outside the dome
blend in.
and look back. Can I see into it, or is it just opaque?
It's opaque.
Yeah.
Of any colour I choose.
What colour are you choosing?
Bright magenta.
Yeah, I mean, what's the colour of my hair?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I was thinking.
Something to blend in with the background. If it's muddy underfoot, make it muddy.
That's,
Something sensible.
that's really
But the
clever.
thing is, I can't leave. If I leave, the whole thing disappears. So I'm just going to have to hold it for the next 8 hours, I suppose.
Ben, step outside. Look, it's really cool.
Out and have a look.
It's just this sort of blurry, browny green dome. We can't see any of the others. So, that's
Giving
so
it a little
cool.
prod and a poke.
And your hand goes through
Oh,
when you try and do
Yeah,
that.
everyone puts his
basically.
claws through. My arm's gone.
Yeah, it's a bit weird how Jack kind of said it was going to be and look. It is almost as if it is like camouflage, so anybody walking past wouldn't see like the dome or anyone inside it. But it's almost like you can just there's like a faint sort of like homing beacon glow, I suppose is the only way to describe it. So anyone who leaves it can find it again.
Cool. That's
cozy
cool.
feeling in that direction that we can follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost like that. For it, like there's no place like Learmon's tiny hut.
Right, well, I'm literally straight to bed, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. I've had my food. I've done my business. I'm into bed and I'm sleeping, cuddling up next to Betsy.
I'm kind of practicing as my knowledge of my magical capabilities is returning.
Mhm.
I cast dancing lights, and 4 little glowing butterflies kind of dance and flit
that's
around and then fly into the middle
Put the bloody light out.
and turn into a little freshly blossoming flower. That when Grom says that, I just turn it off and go, sorry.
Oh, I like that. It was cool. Grom, go to sleep.
I'm trying.
Stop moaning.
So, yeah, do you all go to sleep roughly at the same time?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Araman would take Jag at his word and just look at Ben for confirmation and then just go to sleep.
Ben's already asleep, snoring, mouth open, head back.
Araman will carefully lay down and put Ben's head on his chest so that he's comfy. It's a pillow, and sort of reach out an arm and another arm so that people can lie on him because he's all furry and warm. So if anybody wants to snuggle up, they
So
can.
Ben's officially a furry now, is he?
Yeah, always has been.
Always was, yeah.
So yeah, you all fall asleep, and it feels kind of weird with everything you've been through the past, especially day, but a couple of weeks or so together. It's the first time you've actually been able to sleep with the knowledge of safety, at least for the next 8 hours anyway. And yeah, the hours pass by. For anyone who sleeps lightly, you hear the odd snore from Grom.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can all take a long rest as you wake up in the morning, just in time to see the hut, or the inside of the hut, kind of disappear. The day is yours.
That was very clever. Good work, Jag.
Did all right, didn't it?
Step
you what.
outside, have a big stretch, and just
You
start
can stay.
peeing outside the
Have a
front door.
bloody good sleep.
So yeah, I think Eraman, you'd have probably been up a bit earlier, as you are the
Usually, yeah.
the chef of the group. Yes, cooking up
Yeah. I'll cook up some
breakfast?
breakfast for everyone. Make sure the horses are still there, that sort of stuff.
Yep, the horses are there. Ben said last night you picked another good spot. Seemed to be free of things, and well, I think anything you bumped into on the way on this sort of like 4-day journey is now no longer here.
This is true.
So yeah, quite a nice feeling to get a good and full night's sleep and wake up. Seems like that a little bit brighter in this area now. You know you've been going through, and it has been quite a bit of a dull and dreary side to the continent where you've been. But yeah, make a perception check, Aaron.
Okay, go. Butterfly hunting. 9.
Yeah, you could swear that maybe, just maybe,
Yay, dog on screen.
there's a little bit more colour in some of the grass and some of the trees in this area now.
Nice.
But unfortunately, you
No.
see no butterflies.
No butterflies. Okay. Little sad, but happy that there's colour. So, Erin will get the horses ready and, jump on the cart, ready to go whenever Ben says it's time to go.
I'll jump on as soon as I won't even wait to eat my breakfast. I'll just take it with me.
Yeah.
Sit on the back of the
Yeah,
car.
we'll start packing up and get going.
Yeah, easy enough done. You've done this before, especially Ben and Ehrman, with the packing up and getting the horse and cart ready. The others, you seem to be pretty used to it by now as well as a group, knowing your roles and your places, doing this in the morning. So yeah, you all get on. I take it Jag and Ben on the separate horses with everyone else on the cart. Yeah, and you set off back to Orium. You again from this point in, you probably say about 3.5 days. You probably got sort of like half a day's worth of travel yesterday to get this far. Just sort of like essentially on the home stretch now, I suppose, just to get there.
Okay.
Does anybody want to have any conversations or anything, or do you want to?
I think Erin would just be sort of helping Gazella with her memories, just sort of talking things through to see if that jogs any more. They would be asking her. So, do you remember much about the battle, or is that just gone?
Gone. There's fighting, there are angels, there's red, there's devils. Yeah.
So, the devils, I take it you won. The angels had you. Otherwise,
I don't know.
Dead, right?
Liliana sent me away.
Oh, so that was sort of mid-battle, was it?
I think so.
Huh. Interesting. But, good news, you spoke to her, so...
Yeah.
Every time any of these conversations,
Okay.
I was just gonna say, any time any of these conversations happening, Ben just kind of looks like a 6-year-old sitting in front of a exciting TV show on a Saturday morning. He's just sort of staring, and it's all very confusing, but it all seems quite exciting about devils and angels. He's finding it all a bit bewildering,
Yeah,
but kind of exciting.
Gisela, make a. I'm going to do this. It's going to seem like a bit of a weird way around. Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
Get with the party. But it will work. Well, hopefully it'll work out. But having these conversations with Ehrman, and you feel from Ehrman that it is done in a very natural and aiding way, just to try and coax things either out or to gel things together, make at first a history check for me, please.
Does she get advantage because I'm helping?
Go on in.
I'll use the green and blue die to represent
Go.
Ermin. So use the pink sparkly one for Gisela.
Okay.
9, 4 and a 6.
So you definitely feel the cohesion of the memories you had yesterday setting there, but just for the time being, your mind still doesn't seem to be able to fit anything around them to extend them to make anything longer as such.
It's all still fragments.
Ehrman, what did you say? So you said you were just asking her about the battle?
Yeah, I was just asking, whether the battle had finished or not, and it seems like it's not. And then I was just saying that because she managed to contact her mentor, then that's a good thing. So presumably either the battle's ended and they've won, or it's still going on and they're winning.
Okay, so on the back of that, Gisela, make a perception check for me, please.
Perception.
Yes.
I'm very good at that.
Probably get advantage because of Ermin. Just saying.
Do I?
Unfortunately not, just because of the low wisdom roll.
Oh. Perception, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
0. 2 minus 2.
No. Hang on.
Gisela
Hang
can't
on.
pay attention. It's impossible.
And you rolled a... What was it, a 9 again?
9 on the history.
Yeah. Even if I wanted to, I really can't, can you? You got to go. You got to honour the dice rolls.
The dice are against me, though.
Yeah. So yeah, just yet again, you try and see if you can focus on what you can remember, but for lack of a better expression, you don't know what you don't know. You can't remember what you can't remember, essentially. So you can just remember talking to Liliana. You remember the flashes running through your brain, mind of all of the different aspects of life, the ascendancy and stuff like that. But again, it's a lot of information in a short amount of time. It hasn't quite found its place to settle and sort of like stay there at the minute.
It's all still difficult to think.
That's okay. I'm sure it will come back.
I always said that I needs to pay more attention and stay more focused.
Well, I find it's always good to look out for the little things first. And, oh, wait.
Pardon?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll come with time.
I was checking out there and it's like, flaws, easily distracted.
Yeah.
Brom will just be sitting there, cleaning Betsy, getting all the flesh and blood and bits of hair off her and polishing her and gently talking to her and recounting all the wonderful things they did in that fight and sort of like, do you remember when we smashed that one right in the face? Oh, what a good one that was. Look, there's a bit of its skin right there. Peel it off and throw it over the side of the cart and get the cloth out and start polishing. Just as a normal person would do.
Yeah. Completely normal relationship.
At some point, I'll dump myself down next to Grom while he's in the middle of this. But so, Grum, when are you going to teach me? And I'm speaking in Dwarvish here, which I kind of know annoys you a little bit. So when are you going to teach me a good old Dwarven drinking song?
You're not a dwarf. You don't get to sing dwarven drinking songs.
Got a little beard.
That's about the size of a 10-year-old's beard. In fact, you can barely call it a beard. It's an insult to beards, that one is.
Tell you what. If I can outdrink you one night, you got to teach me a song.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll get practicing. I'll get you. I'll get it.
Hear that, Betsy? He thinks he can outdrink a dwarf.
I'll just sit and play a little tune. Still sat next to Grum as he's narrating to Betsy.
And Grom's very, very hard trying not to tap his foot while it's going on. He's really, really trying not to.
Sorry, DM just makes notes about
Drinking.
finding or making drinking games.
Oh, by the way, I pinned Differ's art in the chat, so you could all see it, just in case you didn't have it.
I absolutely adore the one that you did of Gisela.
So, yes, you're all travelling down. Benjamin looking just as confused as ever with all of this talk going on between Gisela and Ehrman. Grom seemingly quite offended by Jag wanting to learn a dwarven drinking song, and also quite baffled by the point of that he thinks he can drink a dwarf as well. But yeah, you all seem a lot happier. The weather certainly seems a lot better than what it has been, especially leading up to yesterday. And you seem to be making good time back to Orium. Again, not much footfall through this part because, you know, coming up, the town you've just been to was abandoned. It's quite near Orc territory, where they used to like pillage it. But you get a good way through the day. Again, now coming up sort of like dusk time, where you can see a few carts and people sort of like in the distance. You know that there's kind of like a junction in the road coming up, going to different places. But yeah, you've probably, before you lose Lightfall, probably got another couple of hours of travelling, depending if you wanted to push it or not. Just depends what you want to do.
I'll look across the bed. Stop.
I think we keep pushing on. We ain't got far to go.
Okay.
He needs a drink. I want to see him try and drink him under the table.
That I want to
I
see.
think we need a bit of civility here.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we'll
if
push
you-
on for the next couple of hours. So
Yeah,
soon it
no,
gets
that's
too
fine.
dark to see properly.
Yeah, so you push on for the next couple of hours. You probably push on for like an hour or so more because you come up to that sort of like junction where you met those bandits on the way here. Like in the middle there. And
That
you
where
just
we
push
met?
on.
Oh no.
No, there's like two, sorry. My memory as well. Not the bandits, just the junction you came to. The bandits are way further on down. I remember that's where you met Gisela, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you keep travelling on, you get past this junction for it's probably about it's like 8, half 8ish now, where it is getting a bit dark, and you reckon you've still got probably about a day and a half's worth of travel before you get back to Orium.
Okay, I will go. I mean, I have dark vision, so I can go as long as we need, really.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can fall asleep at the back of the wagon, so I don't mind.
Yep.
I think while spirits are high, we should keep going, man.
Yep.
We are going to need to rest the horses at some point.
We are.
Well, I mean, if you've got your little magic hut, I don't mind having another rest. That was bliss, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no problem.
So I'll go on for a couple of hours and then start looking for somewhere to pull off to, so we can set up camp and Jack can do his magic house thing.
Yeah. Make a perception check first, just to have a look. As you didn't really stop on this part on the way here.
Okay, perception check is... That's 8. I rolled really poorly.
Yeah, you think you can find somewhere sort of like within the next 20 minutes. Again, just off the track as well.
Yeah.
You don't seem too bothered this time about finding it to be sort of like completely out of the way, because obviously of Jag's hut, and you know what it can do.
Yeah, well, I just
Yeah,
want
you find somewhere
safe for the horses and
Yeah,
the
so
car.
you find that, and again, easy enough to set up. Take it, Jag. You set the hut up.
Yep.
Yeah. A very sort of like dim light inside as it's set up. Quite a warm, dry feeling as well. No wet or damp grounds to sleep upon. Just like last night, a very cozy atmosphere inside. You can set a small campfire up as well if you want to cook anything before you go
Yep. I'll
to sleep.
yeah, do the normal. Cook some food up.
Easy enough, and the evening's
And
yours.
straight back into cozy mode. His boots are off, his feet are in the air, he's stretching his toes out and doing all that stuff. Great big yawns and smirks and smiles.
Yeah, Aramid once again sort of lays out star shaped, so that anybody that wants to can take advantage of the pillow.
Comfy fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time I'm going for a what are they called? I literally just stand next and just flop backwards, fall over backwards into the big E.
Almost like he's like a beanbag type.
Yeah.
I was thinking more, what is it when you do it with mates, you're just supposed to flop backwards and they're supposed to catch you? I can't
Oh,
remember what it's
yeah,
called.
trustful.
Trustful, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Trustful into, but yeah, also beanbag style,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, folded arms, snuggling, feet up in the air.
Yeah, easily enough done. And yeah, again, you all very cozy, very nice, and with the knowledge of it being an impenetrable tiny hut that you're in, you can doze off to sleep again for the night. And that as well will take a quick break,
Okay.
as
Cool.
it seems perfect enough to do so.
Yep. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'll put the stream on pause and then we can grab a drink, etc. go again.
Yes, we go again. Yes, again, you can all have a long rest. As another peaceful night has once again come to you all in Jag's tiny hut.
Well, it's not that small.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, you can definitely feel like you're getting closer to the city now. With that bit of extra travelling you done last night, the roads do seem a little bit more busier than the day before. And yeah, you'd say you've got another just over a day, I'd say, ish, of travel just to get back to Orium.
Okay. So yeah, pretty much the same as yesterday. Get the horses ready. Let's get going.
Yep, again, easy enough done. Breakfast can be had. Horses and carts can get ready, then you all jump on again. Staying close to the cart again, Jag and Benjamin.
Yeah, I'm asking for more stories.
Yeah. So I
You
think
know,
you'll
I-
get plenty.
I have to thank you all for being so kind to me.
Why would we be otherwise?
Don't know, but I mean, I didn't remember anything. You could have done anything to me.
Well, you fell out of the sky, so
Yeah.
we thought you might be special.
Be honest, love, I thought you might be trouble, but you've won me over thoroughly.
Thank you.
I'll just have a quick sneaky glance up. Make sure there's nobody else falling out the sky.
Make a perception check.
Wow. 20, not natural.
Oh, roll me a D100 as well, please.
Butterfly time. 44.
Oh. So, you have a look up to the sky, and no, clear. No one falling down today.
Good.
And you have a look around, and then just at the corner of your eye, you see something that's just flutterbying like a butterfly right there,
Awesome.
but it's yellow.
That's cool. That's still cool. So I will point it out. So, look, there's a yellow butterfly this time. There's so
I
cool.
like butterflies.
Yeah.
Used to be a lot of them in the gardens in the temple. I was just going to kind of slowly dip into just this long, rambly story about butterflies and watching them all dance through the garden, and how she swears that Saloon maybe told her something through that, but she didn't really pick up what it was, but it was just fun to watch it, and then she just slowly just like ricochets into different topics, just rambling about stuff.
Yeah, Eramin will completely encourage this. Because his thinking is that the more she remembers about various things that happened to her, the more likely she is to recover memories. So yeah, he will just sort of gently nudge her in directions.
I keep trying to steer it towards devils and angels fighting each other on some grand battlefield somewhere in some great cinematic moment that I'm all excited about.
I'm really trying to think of a different way to do this. I probably should have done it before we start the campaign,
Well.
to be fair, but didn't think about it. Give me another history check. Again, you can have that one at advantage because Eramin is trying and following on from what he's been helping with before, of trying to just try and set the pace in the scene.
And I will. Yeah, okay.
It's better.
Awesome.
22.
Woof. Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So you regale some of these stories about butterflies. Others, as you go along your journey, with Eramin, again, very naturally, hardly notice it, of just subtly trying to draw out those bits of information you possibly thought you didn't know, and it kind of coming quite naturally. And it's not painful, but you almost feel as if your memories, your mind is merging back to normal, as such, whatever that is. And you remember, especially with Benjamin's input, a bit more about the battle. You can see, like, yourself and Liliana, and other ASMR trainees and angels, all sitting there in a room having a conversation, but you can't quite remember what that was about.
I was most
then-
certainly not paying enough attention.
And then a commotion happening, all of a sudden within inside this chamber, and my housemate is being incredibly loud on the PS5. And yeah, then there's commotion going on inside the chamber, and you all leave the chamber to scenes of just fighting. Again, angels, ASMR, devils, fiends, all up there. Those flashes of reds you saw the day before, kind of now setting in place with the odd, terrible faces. Can you all hear that?
Yep.
He's having like a fantastic time. Normally my mic doesn't pick it up. I feel like my camera's picking it up again.
Go and look, he's playing something like Farming Simulator.
It's a big carrot.
It would be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? Yeah, and you can just pick up that fiends, devils, everything, just one big fight. And then your memory kind of jogs towards just before Liliana putting her hands on your shoulder, and just behind her you can see quite a large red figure. Make a perception check for me.
Ink sparkle dice. Never mind, I dropped it. Damn it. No, that's not my pink sparkle dice at all. That's another die I must have lost. Okay, green. Oh, perception.
Mhm.
Oh. 13.
So yeah, you can see this big red figure in the distance, just behind Liliana. You can't make out any features with that, but you do see that just before Liliana pushes you away, that there's like this purplish black hue beam of something coming towards you. That's it.
Hey. The battle. We were. Liliana was. We were all talking, and then it all got into a tizzy, and then the fight. Liliana telling me to go. There was a big big person behind her, red, and it shot something at me.
Huh.
I think it was a devil. It was very red. I just can't picture the face.
Make an Arcana check for me, Owen, can you please? With Gisela saying that to you.
Arcana check.
I think it's what I got you to do last time.
What have I got? +2. Awesome. 17.
Oh, okay. So with that then, I'm pretty sure it was you, Omen. I haven't rewatched the past 16 hours of what we did
No.
before then. But I believe
It's
that
not
you
good
tried
enough.
to delve into Gazella's mind before to try and help
Yeah, I did.
her remember anything.
See if I've got that in my notes.
And I think then you also had
The
Archie
cast-
potentially have a look. Or maybe someone at the Temple of Moradin, I can't remember now.
I think we
anyway.
probably would have been the Temple Saloon because that's where
Yeah,
I
Saloon.
would naturally go.
That's where
Anyway,
Archie
you've
was.
definitely done it. And you've
Cast Greater Restoration on me to try and
That's right.
unlock my memories.
you kind of pieced together what was told to you back there, that this is potentially where the memory block came from,
Right.
with there being some purpley blackish hue around Gisella's mind at the time,
Yeah.
and with her mentioning this beam, kind of fits in with hurtling towards the ground and not remembering much at all.
So, when this creature being shot that at you, that's probably a spell to disrupt your memories or mind. So I
Maybe.
think what we could do, maybe, I think we need to find the rest of this tablet. And I think when we do that, we should be able to unlock parts of you that doesn't seem to be working. Either that or we find this creature. And I just look across at Ben to see how excited he is about the prospect of fighting a devil.
It's starting to feel a lot like a quest. It's just a quest. What were you? Yeah, he's looking very excited.
So yeah, I think we speak to Archie. We speak to the... can't remember the other guy's name.
High Priest William.
William. And then we figure out where to go next. And I think we can help you stop this summoning.
Hopefully. I wouldn't really know where to begin to stop something like that.
You know, I think that Saloon will provide us with a clue.
Oh, and we're killing that big red fucker at some point.
That too. So
I'll
that
leave
may trigger
the
the end
violence
of the spell.
I leave the violence to you guys. Not really
Well,
good at that.
You are
Thank
quite
you.
good at
It's
it.
very kind of you.
Well,
I've got some bad news for you, but I'll leave that to someone else to tell.
you do seem to be quite good at the violence as well.
No, slowly. Don't need to
When
upset the apple cart.
When you got scary, that beast thing went away. So
Huh.
whether you hit it or just scared it, I don't know. But
Maybe Maybe it's a side effect of what was done.
Yeah, could be. Or it could be your ASMR training coming through to help you fight these creatures.
Maybe.
But I think the important thing is to get back to the temple. That's the first step. First steps
Yeah.
are always the most important. And if you take lots of first steps, then you're very important. Not sure where I was going with that.
You're very good to talk to, Aramin.
Thanks. I think that's why people like me. I'm not sure. Plus, I'm very comfortable to sleep on.
Mm.
And we just continue on chatting and trying to find out. I'm just trying to find out a little bit more about these devils. So I want to sort of try and probe Gisella's memories a little bit towards that area to see if I can sort of prod her into making connections of names of devils, perhaps, or names of other ASMR.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. Just on what you were just talking about and saying as well, Herman, you would have noticed that in the encounter you had a couple of days ago,
Yep.
that the Baylor, what you were fighting, was very injured towards the end of that fight. Was also very surprised to see Gisela in her essentially true form towards the end there. Was not expecting it at all. And you would have picked up, because I did mention it, that it looked essentially longingly at the tablet and the orb it was in.
Right.
Before it disappeared.
Yeah, so the tablet's definitely important. Okay, cool.
So pushing her memories towards either other ASMR names or devil names.
Yeah, absolutely. One or the other, just to get those names out in our group, so that we can try and make connections from our collective knowledge about, I guess, folklore or religion or any kind of, because these battles I've heard of, but I want to try and push to jog my memories. I want to try and push her memories to get information to the surface.
Yeah. Everyone, obviously, they're close enough to the car. Everyone can hear all of these conversations going on.
Yeah.
So I would say everyone, as you're having these conversations and you're talking about devils and potentially like folklore and stuff like that, can make a history check if they want to see if they've heard anything. And
Oof.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, natural 20. 21.
Nice.
That beats my natural one for one.
I nearly dropped the dog on the floor doing it.
I got 14, so.
Gisela. I tell you what, I'm going to make a note of that, Chaz,
Uh,
and I'm going to come back to it because I'm going to think of a better way to do it, because how I want to do it, unfortunately, Gisela's attributes go against what would naturally be the correct way to do it, if that makes sense.
okay.
So we'll definitely come back to that, because it feels like there is a better way to do it without jumping directly to a check which gives you the biggest bonus to basically pass it as well, to make
Right.
it too easy as such.
Okay. Cool.
So bear with me. So natural 1 on history check, yeah?
Yeah.
For Jag. You remember having many conversations with many of people, and then are suddenly reminded of that, how very little you remember because you were quite drunk with all of them after gigging it, which then kind of puts you in a pit of despair of, can I beat Grom in a drinking game? I can't remember ever winning a drinking game because I've been that drunk.
But yeah, I must have won. I was that drunk. I must have won. Maybe.
I mean, it
Oh,
makes
it's great
sense.
drunk at the table.
14 for Ehrman and
Yep.
natural 20 for 21 for Benjamin, yeah?
Yep.
So, both of you will know this, that there have always been, especially down the folklore side of things and tales of the town, both pretty much being like brought up in Pond Peak and settling yourselves there. But there's always been the odd 1 or 2 stories about devils, and you know, the odd 1 or 2 about some coming out from the shadows to take away naughty children, or to take away bad people, bits and bobs like that of like just natural folklore. But then Benjamin, you have been in some, how do we put this, questionable places throughout your time, and remember a few more serious stories with a little bit more than folklore to it, as if it was almost like first to second hand experience where again through the years, again maybe once every 100-200 years or so, of there being this like influx in potential like fiend, devil, like rise in the world. You've heard of summonings. Most people have, depending on what type of sort of like religion or magic they're into. You might think that Arthur has got a bit more information, or might be able to point you in the right direction for this information, or potentially he may have heard of other places a tablet or pieces of one could be.
Well, I mean, I'll say that this is the reason I've been getting so excited about these stories. It's because I've always been like shifty about religion and stayed away from all that stuff. But on the sidelines, I've always heard about these devils and angels and monsters and stuff. I've always been a little fascinated with. So I've done my homework in the past about that stuff, and that's why when I've met someone that's claiming to be an angel and has been on the battlefield fighting devils, I've lost my mind. Watching the best film ever. So that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I've got to tell you all, this is something I've always been a little interested in, I've got to say. And me and my old mates, we used to tell stories about this stuff. I've heard all sorts of things about this stuff. I've got a mate who might have a thing or two to tell us. it didn't really make sense until, to be honest, I've blocked half of this stuff out. This is from my childhood. This was me, like, growing up as a little kid. This is the reason I'm scared of churches and all them and magic. It always seemed a bit, it's all too much for my head. Blocked it all out until I met this one. So anyway, I might know someone that might know a thing or two.
Cool.
Might be able to help. Because if Archie hasn't heard from Liliana, then they may not know what happened.
Huh.
Maybe we should go and speak to your friend.
Well, we're near where we're going, right?
Yeah. You're pretty close.
Yeah. Well, let's
Traveling to place to teleport back to Orium, isn't it?
let's finish this story first, and then I'll get a word out to my man, and we'll see what we can do. I'll I can't even remember what it's called now. I'll send out word to Arthur.
Yeah. You'll have to do that once you're back in Orium. But yeah.
Yeah.
Easily enough done. Let me just try to find.
Still hiding in that bloody bush, waiting to jump out at us.
Bear with me.
Always goes wrong for me when I walk off into the woods. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you were traveling back to Fairbreach, weren't you?
Yeah. Have
Which
you
is
got?
where you got
Have we
teleported.
got copies of that?
I don't think so. I will put it in the. Where are we? Upload a file. Find the right one. I can't find it. Why can't I find it?
Oh well, it's not mega important. Just to wanted to remind myself of what the world looked like.
Oh, it's 'cause it's in that one. I've got it. Don't worry. I haven't been an idiot. There you go.
Yeah.
So yes, you originally were in Orium, got teleported over to Fairbreach, to that, and then you've travelled from there, and you kind of went through to Falmere,
Yeah.
and then up to just near Wolfhaven, or Wolfhaven was where the village was.
Yeah.
Hence the kind of like 4-day travel
Yeah.
to get there and back. But yeah, you're getting quite close to Fairbreach now. Again, you'd probably say you'd get there around about the dusk time, with it being like another full day's travel. Especially not to knacker the horses out too much as well, with the past few days of been doing what you've been doing. But yeah, you get to Fairbreach, you go to where you teleported in. The people are still up, so yeah, there's not a problem of getting back to Orium. But you do know you'll probably get back to Orium a lot later, so it'll be finding somewhere to sleep and then doing anything you wanted to do in the morning type thing.
Sure.
But yeah, easy enough done. The journey back to Fairbreach has been quite nice. You knew when you left there anyway, it's quite pleasant. With just a lot of traffic going to Fairhaven from there, just for supply runs, and up and about different places for travellers and buyers and sellers and merchants. But yeah, you get back there, you find the teleport, just like they sent you. You leave the horse and cart there because you got the horse and cart from Fairbreach.
We did,
I
yeah.
do believe you didn't teleport with them. You get everything what you put on there, if you did at all. And yeah, you can teleport back to Orium, and yeah, you can certainly find somewhere to stay tonight. Take it. Do you go back to the pub that Grom took you to last time?
Yeah, if we've not been barred.
No. Again, it's one of the only ones around the place Grom hasn't been kicked out or barred from.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, you go back to the back inn. So yeah, let me just read up on.
I think I just leaned over to Benjamin. I think it's time for the drinking thing.
I think
It
you
should
might
be
be
fun
right.
to watch.
I'll go and talk to the local friendly and buy a round and split up some money as well. I'll sort out the team with their share of swag.
Yeah, easy enough done. So how much do they get each?
From that was 600 and
630.
yeah, so 105.
105. Cool.
Typical rogue there, people.
No, typical
What's
road.
that? What did I do?
Well, 105,
I'm 5.
and there's 5 of you.
25.
Oh, I counted you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No,
No, it's
that's
done.
what I'm doing.
Done,
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I did.
Yeah, Aramin doesn't care.
Found any money, so that's fine.
Aramin really doesn't care. It's all good.
Yeah, that's and it's easy enough to do. I am just seeing if I left a name for the barkeep in here though. But I didn't. All I've got in my head is that I know it definitely wasn't half orc because I got called a racist the last time I said the next person's a half orc.
Yeah.
So they were human.
Exploitation movie.
Yeah.
There's always one in the corner just cleaning the glass.
Owner. I'm pretty sure that they were female as well. I fucking hate this. Maggie, why not? So yes, you find Maggie again. Unless anybody else has notes on it, on what her name or their name could have possibly been.
Which city was this?
Orium.
Oh, we are in a room. Cool.
I feel like I could play the race card again with Maggie, but I won't.
I feel like I'm missing like a page of notes, and I don't know why. I'll have to look through all of mine after being asked all these questions. But yeah, you find the barkeep. Easy enough to get a round of drinks for everyone, and then more so for the apparent drinking game, which is about to happen. What do you go for? Just normal ales, or for the drinking game, or is it more of a?
Oh, surely
Oh,
you've got to speed it
challengers
up.
will decide that then, won't they?
Yeah, I'd let Grom choose on the
Oh,
challenge.
I would say you're
Well,
the
I'm gonna come back with a round of beers for everyone, plus 2 glasses or whatever, and whatever the strongest thing is that they've got in the bar.
So the strongest thing in the bar would probably be like a good like house-made whiskey, basically. So you can come, but what, with a couple of bottles of them?
Yeah, couple of bottles, and a few beers. So there's a few beers sitting next to for washing back the grog.
Well, the
Yeah.
first one, Ron would just pick up and down in one go, the whole drink.
I go, what? 2 bottles of whiskey? Have you got anything for Grom?
Aramis just going to sort of sit back, fold his arms, and just watch this happen.
So we're doing this, are we? Right. Okay. So, Benjamin, knock off. It's probably 2 of the strongest bottle of whiskies. With a really blurry camera for me for some reason. Knock off sort of like 8 gold for the beers and the 2 bottle of whiskies. So how are we going to do this then? I suppose it's going to be literally a drink until you drop game, isn't it?
Was it going
Would
to
be
be for every round Constitution saving throws?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm very dwarven tonight.
So yeah, so we'll start off with and what's every round going to be? Is it going to be a beer and a shot of whiskey?
A beer and a shot, yeah.
Okay then.
I'm going to start by just like knocking something off the table. So I'm like, oh shit! So I have to go and pick it up, and I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself.
So make a performance or deception. Anybody who is obviously watching this event happen can make a perception check for sure.
Oh, plus 11? Jesus.
Bad.
Nope.
Deception, yeah.
Nothing. My face is
I can't believe that.
stuck in a pint of beer.
The highest I can roll on perception is 18.
What's it for?
To see if you notice him casting a spell on himself.
Oh, right.
I was doing it under the table, so I get advantage, right?
15.
I got a 16, so I don't see it.
Nobody noticed. You got away with it this time.
Very natural.
So
Yes.
you made that look very natural. However, roll a stealth check because it does have verbal and somatic components to the spell.
Ooh.
So you've knocked something off the table to make that look very natural, as if you've gone to pick it up.
Do I, because my deception was
I was
high,
then about to say you get advantage with it because it was so high. It would be very rude not to.
16 on stealth.
Okay, so what did everyone else roll? Let's have a look at this.
I got a 16.
I didn't roll. I thought we were doing passive perception.
So
it should really be passive perception if he's doing a stealth check to see if we notice.
Yeah,
no,
true.
completely. I'm just having a look at the. So you rolled 21 for the deception. Anybody roll?
Nobody beat that.
Nobody beat that. So yeah, you all think that, but again, a bard being a bard, the performance is brilliant. He's knocked something off the table and picked it up, and anyone's passive perception beat the 16.
Nope.
No.
My spells usually come out in some sort of little song format. So me knocking something off and going, "Oh, I shouldn't have dropped that," or whatever, as a little song in English.
Again.
So I'm assuming, I used this before I got very rudely killed in one campaign. You're using Bear's Endurance for Constitution?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that goes off. Nobody around the table notices with such a high performance. So yeah, the games begin. You get back up. You've got your tankard set there for the beers. You've got your shot glasses and the 2 bottles of whiskey. You can start when you want to start.
I've already started. I've already had the first beer. And I'm
Well,
sniffing, thinking, what is this shit?
as I sit back up after picking up my wallet or whatever I dropped, I'll see an empty glass and just, right, and I'll neck the first one to catch up.
Yep. So as soon as that one's neck, you do the shot of whiskey as well. It'll be a Constitution throw from both of you, please. Saving throw.
Oof, that's not a good start. 12.
10.
And does the bear's endurance give you advantage, or just a plus to
Yeah.
it? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, there was an 8 and a 9 on the dice there.
So you both kind of take a look at each other after that whiskey, and even you're a little bit surprised by it, Grom. It catches you off guard a little bit. It's kind of like, oh, bloody hell, house whiskey. Yeah, okay. We're in for a game here. You're not feeling too bad, but you're still feeling, you've gone from having a few beers to feeling tipsy to, right, this is the buzz. This is going to be fun. Take your second drink.
How does someone lose on this? That's the question.
Well,
Because we can roll Constitution saving throws till
I was keeping a score.
right.
So,
I've got it down literally like Chaz has got it down here. So.
oh,
Yeah, no, you can keep it as well if you want, just in case I mishear something or anything like that. But
One
yeah,
of the things is, how does someone win or someone lose?
be a set amount of rounds, I would do.
Eventually, one of us is going to natural 1.
Could take a while. But then again, knowing my rolls, probably the next round.
well, to be honest with you guys,
Pass out at 100 points of Constitution roll or
Well, hold on.
whatever. You know.
When one person gets to 100 on Chaz's adding up, because you want to roll as high as possible,
Yeah.
then that person wins.
The other person
okay.
passes out.
Yeah,
All right.
that works for me.
Okay,
Are you okay with that?
12, 10.
well, yeah, but then you get a like for me, if you then roll a natural 1, do you know what I mean? Constitution is
Well, we can have a natural. If someone rolls a natural 1, then they just gone. But on the absence of natural 1s,
Yeah, you
the
got
first
a
one
target.
wins.
So,
Yeah,
for
okay then.
example, Grom is slightly ahead, 12-10.
Yeah.
or you have a set under, a failed Constitution roll, and it's the first to 4 fails or 3 fails or something.
Yeah.
Passes out. Because otherwise you're just rolling till you get to a number.
Yeah.
Of all the things I think you guys can do, just like any typical DM, doesn't think that you're going to go for a drinking game in the first session back.
Yeah, I mean, I like
so
Differ's idea better.
yeah, so we'll
Set a DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't tell them it.
No.
And just, as soon as one of them fails 5 times, they're out.
Yeah.
You could also, given that we're drinking more and more, you could also increase that DC
yeah,
each round just by 1 or 2.
Okay.
No. That's cool. Yeah, I like all of those ideas. So fresh page,
Off we
Jag, Grom. Yeah.
New canon drinking game. Needs a
Yeah.
name.
Depends
Yeah,
who wins.
okay.
Whoever wins
So-
gets to name the drinking game.
It's a Martin and James continue being dwarves even in a campaign where only one of us is a dwarf.
Perfect, yeah.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. We'll retcon that a bit. So you take your first tankard, a beer, and then your first shot of whiskey. Let's have Constitution saving throws from you both, please.
Well, that's a natural 20 for 27.
Jesus.
Mr. Dwarf.
15 for me.
Okay.
Worst.
You drink them both. You're not feeling too bad. Yep. Second rolls first, please, guys.
17.
13.
You're feeling pretty confident, both of you, but yep, keep going. Let's have your third rolls.
22.
17. I'm getting into it.
Yep, keep going, but first to 5 fails, basically, so...
23.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, 19.
Yep. All right,
Ben's looking
go
worried
again.
and going back to the bar. Oh, God. Shouldn't have started this.
Again.
Yep, go again. Yeah.
Oh, 9.
18.
Yep.
Going
Keep
strong.
going. So what are we on now? That's the 5th?
Fifth.
Yeah, okay.
You've
Keep going.
got the table.
18.
Also 18.
Ooh.
I just felt a little bit of sicky burp on the last round.
And I'll like as we drink it about you're
Is
gonna
that
give me that song. Oh no.
Up your ass.
Another roll?
11 for me.
9 for me.
Ooh.
And with that 9,
Oh no.
you both drink the tankard, and you just notice ever so slightly, Grom, that Jag has slowed down just a little bit on the tankard. You then both go for the shot of whiskey, and he goes to... puts it to his mouth, chugs it back, and then all of a sudden you can see him. It doesn't look good. You just turn to one side, Jag, and the shot of whiskey and a beer comes up in one. As you are just sick everywhere in a short amount of time, the amount of beer and whiskey you've just had, and you didn't beat Grom. It was close. It ended up 5-3, by the way, for the fails, and I did put their DC up going
You know,
up.
I thought I got maybe 1 fail up to that point. You must have set those DCs high.
Well, if I'd have said it low, it would have gone on for quite a while, wouldn't it?
Especially as I've got +7 on the saving throw, so I couldn't get below 8 or 9, because 8 would be a natural 1.
So yeah.
So Grom will just sit there and he'll slap the tankard down and just go, "Ha ha ha ha, you big wuss!" And he'll pick up another one and drink again.
Yeah, Aramin will just sort of go over to Jag and just big claw hand
Right.
on the shoulder
Right.
and cast Lesser Restoration.
Right. Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, that was. What did you do?
You lost, Jag.
No, I'm good to go. Let's keep going.
You've already lost, mate.
I'll get you. One day. I'll keep practicing and I'll get you.
Come back when your beard's a bit longer.
It's not about the beard.
Oh, you'd be surprised. The beard's what gives you the strength to drink.
Maybe I should grow this out because I've only got like just a little chin bit. Maybe I could grow it out a little bit.
Come back in 20 years when you got a decent one.
Just,
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
just as
Cheers.
the conversation's ending, Maggie walks up to you with a mop and bucket, Jag.
I
You
know
make
the drill. I know the drill.
Brilliant. So yeah, the game is being played so far. I'll definitely have to come up with something a bit more solid for the next time, because there definitely will be one after
Of
that.
course.
No doubt the way.
But yeah, the pub seems to be fairly lively. Not too busy though. But yeah, everyone's having a good time. They seem to enjoy the little game what just went on. So the night is yours. First time back, sort of in civilization. Again, still a fairly safe place to stay.
I'm gonna get
I'll I'll spend a little bit of time towards the end of the night just with the guitar singing. I drank with the dwarf and the dwarf one.
Nice.
If you haven't already got it, take a point of inspiration for that.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, you did get the lesser restoration from Eramin, but it's still, you're still feeling it. There was quite a lot consumed there. So the local pub bard kind of sort of like ushers you off a little bit into quieting down as he continues to do his set, just to keep everything flowing in the pub. But yeah, you're all having fun. A few drinks, pretty much all paid for by Benjamin with the 8 gold, sort of like, you know, drinks for the night, and you still got the bottles of whiskies there, but weren't quite finished by the drinking game. So yeah. Do you have a late one, or is it very much let your
I'll
hair
be happy
down?
to carry on till everyone else goes to bed. Because, well, Grom.
Yeah, I'm probably doing
Yeah.
a bit of mingling, to be honest. I probably followed Maggie back to the bar and used Jag's dumbassery as an excuse to sort of chat her up in some fashion about my idiot mate, you know, that kind of move. a little female attention after all the excitement and Devils and Angels chat.
Yeah, mate.
Maggie's hot, right? Maggie's got me in my head. Maggie's hot. My canon, my head. I'm a half orc. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, my version of hot is maybe different to yours.
What would that be? Make a. I suppose it would be performance again, really, wouldn't it? How well you can talk, how well you can hold a conversation.
Performance or persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah, performance or persuasion.
Conception. Yeah, well, they're both the same. Let's go for performance. That sounds a bit nice. Oh, 10.
You're not really saying much wrong, but it's the point of that you've come in after being away for 4 days. The first time you were in this pub, Jag kind of overtook the local paid bard, and you've just come in again. Just came in for the second time and vomited all over the floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, after a while you probably get that, even though it was cleared up. You're not on best terms right now, but you never know. Good pass.
Fair dues. Well, I get on with the jollities in the bar.
Yeah, Aramin's just sort of sitting back because he doesn't drink, so he's just sitting watching everybody, making sure everybody's okay.
I'm sitting with Eramin, just watching the entertainment of the drinking contest.
Yeah, I'm just
kind of like.
Yeah, I'm just sort of keeping an eye on Grom, Ben, and Jag, just to make sure that nobody tries to take advantage of any of them. I know they probably wouldn't dare with Ben, but the other two could possibly be taken advantage of. So I'm just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, make a perception check first, then just have a look.
Ooh, perception 23.
Ooh, yeah. No, the last time we were in here, it seemed quite like a nice inn. It doesn't seem like anyone's looking out for anyone to be too drunk or too out of it to steal or anything from. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone seems to be fine. Just people chatting around the bar. You see Benjamin over there trying to chat the bar lady up, but you can see with that roll, her face is looking less pleased as the night goes on.
Sort of sitting there, I've just sort of nudged his hand. I think Ben's on a loser today. Don't think he's going to get very far.
Yeah, I tried a beer as it before. I don't really like it.
Well, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But he sort of points at his glass with the water in it.
And Grom will occasionally get a glass of whiskey and give it to Betsy and just pour it over the head of the hammer. And the more I drink, the more
The more Betsy gets, yeah.
Just make another con save for us.
Okay.
And one for Betsy. She's drinking as well.
Natural 20 for 27.
So you're drunk, but
yeah, I'm
you're
drunk,
still
but I'm
compass
just,
fitness.
yeah, solid
Good.
constitution. It's just dwarf, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you still seem fine. You still feel like you go on to early hours in the morning like any other day. But there's at some point you do pour one for Betsy again, and you could swear some of it was seeped into her, as if she actually drunk it.
Sure, it could have happened every time. That's just perfectly normal.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Do you carry on drinking, Jack?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I got free sober.
Pretty sober. I wouldn't say you got quite sobered up with the amount you had, but yeah, you got back to normality. So you can still have like a couple.
Certainly, at least with the lesser restoration, I'd have taken that as an opportunity to save face and have a couple more slowly over the rest of the night.
Yeah, no, and that's not a problem. There are rooms free if you wanted them here. The barkeep just talking to you, Benjamin, can obviously see that some of you are a little bit worse for wear after being only in here for like an hour and a half or so. So he just slips into for the normal price, just a couple of gold. You've got rooms for your night as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so not a problem. So I take it you go back to the group after realizing you're on a losing streak.
Yeah.
So you go back to the group
Still chin
and
high. 2 gold, right?
yeah, and you give the keys out to people if they want the rooms. Similar setup to last time, where you can kind of like 2 rooms. I think you had, wasn't it, with Ehrman and Benjamin in one, and then the other 3 in the other. Oh no, you
Yeah.
didn't, because you didn't have. Did you have Gisela? No, you did have Gisela. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did that last time.
Yeah. So hands out the keys so you can, you've got a room for the night.
Yeah, I'll just say to Gisela, if you want to sleep in our room tonight, you can, or you can sleep with those 2.
I just kind of like move a little bit closer to Ehrman.
Cool. That's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
They
So.
won't smell stale in the morning.
So yeah, I take it at least Benjamin, Ehrman, and Gisela go up to their rooms. Do Grom and Jag stay up a bit later, or do they go as well when they see him going up?
Well, I probably wouldn't go until the last person left. But then I probably would. Yeah, no. Then if Jag was to go up, then I'd sort of stumble up the stairs.
I'm also trying to again save face by going to bed at the same time, or wait until Grom decides to go to bed before I do. Both in this bit of a standoff by the looks of it.
Yeah, so we'll
In
be
the
there.
morning, we'll find them passed out on the floor.
Bottom of the stairs.
Are you continuing drinking whilst doing this?
I am.
Not heavily. I'm not.
So
I definitely would be.
yeah, Grom, make another con save for us.
Okay. Dun, dun,
Jack
dun.
wins the
21.
long game.
I mean, yeah, you still feel fine as a dwarf would for drinking that much, but it's been a long few days of travel, so I suppose you do feel a little bit tired.
I wouldn't be sure about that because I was asleep most of the
You
time.
were asleep in the car, aren't you? Yeah, you're one of these. Yeah, you are. So yeah, you're not feeling tired. You feel fine.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Jack might feel a bit tired, and if he does nod off on the table, I would pick him up and carry him up over my shoulder and carry him up to the room.
Got to make a con save for us then.
Who?
Jag, sorry. In my head, I said it. I just didn't say it out loud. I was looking at Jag as if they could see me looking at him.
8.
8. I think
I
it's
don't
safe.
have an answer anymore.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that there's. You kind of look over towards Jag and you can see the whole arm on the bar and the type slippage of the hand, and then he just sort of like all of a sudden just it kind of crumples in, and you see him falling asleep.
And I just smirk to myself, lightweight. Finish my beer, and then pick him up, put him over my shoulder, and carry him upstairs, and throw him very roughly onto his bed. Throw him roughly to the floor.
Waffling.
It's entirely up to you, Jag, if you think you'd wake up for that, or whether you're too drunk and too tired to not.
Too tired, too much drink.
Just passed out. Yeah, that's cool. So you all find yourselves to your room and to your beds one way or another after making it back to Orium after the last 4 days of travelling. And we will pick it up next time.
Do we level up
Cool.
then?
At the end of every session.
No, it's going to
Cool.
happen, isn't it? Someone's going to ask it now at
Yep.
the end of every session.
Absolutely.
I almost want to say you leveled down because of the stupidity of doing a drinking game at the end of the session, but it's not how it works, is it?
No.
But no, thanks guys.
Yeah, thank
Good to
you.
get back into it. Hope it didn't seem too sort of like crazy and manic.
No, it was good.
Fairly standard.
Yep.
Yeah, it felt like just a
You handled us well.
after the last one we had before starting up again, it felt like it needed just a little bit of calmness to get back into things, into characters and stuff like that. So quite a big lore dump, pretty much on everyone's part, really, I suppose. Apart from sort of like Grom and Jags, everything with going on with Gisela and things Ehrman and both Benjamin remembered and kind of pieced together.
Yeah, it was cool. Really enjoyed it. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks,
No, thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, so, it just remains to say that we will be back on Tuesday with Hadaran, and then we'll be back here next Sunday for this again. So that's really cool. If we have any viewers and you liked it, you're brilliant. We love you. If you didn't like it, however, well, you know what you can do. Off you fuck.